You just have a meal, you would end up, yes, saying that the food is good, I liked it, it was great, you'd go back home, or you would probably, sometimes you might not appreciate it. But if a chef's story is along with the food that you eat, is told or shared with you, I think it creates a very positive influence. So today, we are here to unveil the first looks of Chef Post, and it's a web application. And just a little background about it, to tell you the story as to why we did this video, was last week, over the last few days, when I was going around to a lot of hotels inviting all of you, most of you present here, and I visited Chef Anthony at JW, and while we were just having a conversation, I just, he happened to share his, just a day-to-day activity, what happens.
I eat to live, so...
You don't live to eat, you eat to live.
I'm not a foodie, unfortunately, but then I love healthy food, and I just appreciate how much effort goes into making different items there. And that video that we saw right now, that was so inspiring, I tell you. I mean, really, the way all the chefs came together, geared themselves up and came together under, of course, Anthony. Yes. So that was really amazing, and I love to eat. Definitely, I love to eat. But I keep it to me. Yeah.
I mean, actors like that. Yeah. Chef Anthony, you're looking lovely on the screen. Is it just for the camera?
It's really wonderful about myself, because as a chef, we really don't care about what we look at. It's really about how to make our food. So, and in fact, all of us who are in the room, getting decked up, and most of them said that it's the first time we're even getting into this code. So I think
you're looking very smart, Chef Anthony.
You're looking gorgeous.
Yeah. The kitchen for so long.
Yeah. Before I just answer that question, chefs, I just hope I'm able to represent us well. Yeah. So. I speak on behalf of myself and possibly for many chefs. Unlike what most of the world thinks, all of us chefs really, when it really comes to us sitting down and eating, we have the simplest of food, and possibly just standing around tasting, you're already so full, the stomach is in a confused state of mind that you actually don't know whether you really need to eat. Yeah, so that's a state that all of us go through on a day-to-day basis, and that's what really takes a toll on all of us chefs.
Does your family expect you to portal called Chef Post? Are you a foodie in real life? What made you to come up with this? And what's with that knife there?
The knife probably symbolizes the best with what chefs do. And the Chef Post, of course, just to take you back, well, I'm not too much of a foodie, but then definitely I appreciate and I enjoy good food. And just like I said earlier, that we all like, culinary adventure, like we like trying out new things, and similarly even I do, and also I like going back to places that I really enjoy eating. So before I was anywhere closely associated with hospitality, I was very curious to know who are these people behind, such food. There was always that thought and fascination and, curiosity to understand more about chefs. And believe me, I never knew that, we would have all the city's best chefs sitting together today. It's a dream launch. And now since I run another brand which is in digital marketing, we got associated with hospitality. Now that's what I mean. But they're all unique, they're different, and they have different stories to tell. So when I realized that when I'm able to create, there was an experience that's being created because I was influenced with the stories of chefs, I thought, why should not, there are only a few of us who are privileged enough who would have, say, access to meet chefs or understand or even get their time. Most of the time they're always in the kitchen, like how Chef Anthony said. So that's when I thought of the chef post. It was just an idea, it was just a thought in my head saying that, or I think there was once when I was in a restaurant for lunch, this was last year sometime, and I was having my meal. It was a good buffet, I really enjoyed it, such amazing, even the way they presented, the way they story tell is, I was so absorbed all the time.
Dish that you make,
yes.
Right?
And experience.
And that's what Chef Post will bring.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
you have such wonderful things to talk about the chefs. Why torture them on the ramp? What made you to come up with a fashion show?
Why should they
All this?
always be?
So, and I think you should carry yourself well no matter what you're wearing. So, sometimes I know that, even when my costume is not okay, I just carry it off well. So, that is what I tell myself, that should be me. I should not be wearing it, but it should be a part of me. So, that defines fashion for me. You should be just comfortable no matter what you're wearing. So,
Likewise, what
Chef Post to get to know more about your chefs and their food, because see, they're the best people who can talk about the food that's being served. There are a lot of ways, like I said, instinctively you decide on a certain dining destination. It can be views or reviews, or it can be an ad, or it can be various other promotions. But there's very less space, or there's a void that is there, which would be filled by Chef Post, where we want to bring out authenticated information on the food, the ideologies of the culinary ideologies that the chefs have. Why are they doing this, or what is the kind of food that they're serving? Things like this, or just get their creativity. So this app, this web application, currently it is a web application, and would allow and facilitate an end user to follow a certain chef who becomes your favorite chef, of course. And
it's almost you're creating heroes of
exactly.
So it's almost
Celebrity chefs.
celebrity chefs, right? So they are indeed.
superstars. So yes, so they do,
One-stop fine dining.
Yes.
Yeah. One
very poorly as chefs. Despite the fact that we cook, each of us sitting here manage close to about 2,000 to 3,000 meals per day.
Wow.
So that's the bare minimum. But all it requires is for one guest to tell you that, you know what, that's tasting horrible, or possibly he's probably telling you that, that's, you might have put your heart and soul into that, and he just says, that tastes so horrible. It kind of ruins your whole day, and that's all that's required. It's not about the 1,999 great meals you've served, it's about that one meal. And each one of them are suckers for that, I'll tell you.
Give this experience to as many people as we can. We're looking at creating a huge user base across nationwide, and getting to meet all the star chefs across, and tell their stories, and bring the chefs and the guests together, and explore a lot of culinary adventures.
Chef Anthony, apart from
Indian food it's comfort food, right? Something that's flavorsome and nice. It can be any cuisine.
absolutely.
Thinking about it when Sneha spoke to me about Chef Post, and I was just thinking that it's such a fantastic medium for chefs to be able to connect with people who kind of follow us, or maybe connect with people who eat our food, connect with people who probably just don't like us also. It doesn't have to be only people who kind of who like you. So, it gives them an opportunity to ask you that question, like, why did you do such such and such a thing. And it gives me also and the other chefs an opportunity to respond without any bias, because most of the time that all of us are subject to tons and tons and tons of reviews and their takes on food. So probably this is the only platform where we are able to share our side of the story the way we want to share it. So I think this is a fantastic platform, and I just feel really good about it.
Brace yourself for all the females.
And also, you know, when we talk about food, we generally talk about restaurants and, you know, hotels or, you know, these dhaba places or whatever it can be. But then, talking about the chefs, they are the heart and soul of any brand, I would say. Because I remember if I have to go to a hotel and eat something particular there, and then keep going back to the same hotel because I like that dish, and then realize that the dish is not the same anymore, then I wouldn't want to go back to that place. Why is it not the same anymore? Because the chef has changed. Which goes, it tells a lot about what chefs put into the brand of a hotel, and I think this is overdue. I mean, what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Shower.
Cheers. Sorry. Sir, don't.
It's like the ocean. Again, how deep is your love? How deep is it's like the ocean.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the showstopper for the evening, the gorgeous Radhika Chetan!
Rock with it, girl. Swim with me, girl. Dance with it, girl. Get with it, girl. Put a bang bang.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night. I won't be long. Gotta do my hair, put my makeup on. It's Friday night. I won't be long till I hit the clubs. I can feel the beat. I don't need no help.